Miss Sevan Colette, the owner of InvictaMed and founder of InvictaMed. Welcome, and I'll give my microphone to you to introduce everybody else. Good luck, and I wish you a very interesting panel. And I know it will be one of the best today. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank Tayana for organizing this panel and choosing very, very interesting topic, which is marketing. So please put your hand up if you're actively involved with marketing in a business right now. Okay, great. And please put your hand up if you have a challenge to retain your clients. Okay. Is attracting clients harder or retaining clients harder? What's the main challenge? Both. Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome you all to this session. Today we're going to talk about how to attract, but more importantly, how to retain your clients in a saturated market. So we have a series of experts with us today, so I'd like to welcome them on stage. First of all, we have Samira, who is doctorate in business administration, passionate about wellness, and is here to teach you some tips on how to stand out in the wellness market. So welcome, Samira. Then we have Poppy with us. Poppy is a global business mentor, and Poppy is the specialist for helping you to build brands and stand out with creative online strategies. Welcome, Poppy.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
We have Mr. Jean-Guy. Welcome. Jean-Guy has achieved so much in the wellness industry, but just as a very quick introduction, Jean-Guy is the founder of the World Wellness Weekend, and he has created so many wow guest experiences for top brands such as Guerlain, La Mer, and hotel chains. So Jean-Guy, welcome. And last but not least, we have Mr. Nihal. Please join us on stage. Mr. Nihal is a marketing intriguer for Leader Healthcare that you can meet outside, and they are specialized in the wellness, aesthetics, and healthcare sector. Oh yeah, because you're already mic'd up. Okay, perfect. I'll take this. Okay. Okay, so the agenda for today is we're going to run you through a few presentations to inspire you about some of the key ways that you can stand out in the market. We're then going to move on to a panel discussion where we have prepared some questions for you, and we hope to hear from you with your main challenges that you're experiencing in your facilities as well. So let's try and make this as interactive as possible so that we are here to answer your questions as well. So Samira, you'll be starting off the session. So welcome again. Let me give a further introduction. So Samira is a visionary leader. She bridges business strategy and wellness insights. She's absolutely passionate about wellness. She's actually a mental health coach and wellness curator. She also provides transformative corporate wellness programs. Samira has a doctorate in business administration, and she's here today to present to you how to stand out in the wellness market. So thank you so much, Samira. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So a very good morning to everyone, and welcome to this exciting, inspiring session. So to begin with, I would like to...
Next.
All right, so we're going to start by providing you with some insights on how to navigate through this saturated wellness market. And in order to do that, I will be starting to putting things into context by telling you what are the main challenges that we see in the wellness industry today, and then provide you with 4 steps, essential tips on how to navigate through this saturated market. So let's start by understanding the top challenges in the wellness industry as we speak. So to start with, I want to draw your attention to the fact that the competition set, the way we knew it in the past, has changed. And we need to start thinking by going beyond the tier one competition. So your competition today is no more the wellness spa next door or a five-star wellness spa in the Palm. Your competition today could be simply a biohacking clinic, a yoga studio or meditation center, or a high-end fitness club that they're offering wellness packages. Above and beyond that, we have consumers with elevated consumer expectation. So today, modern, well-informed consumers are no more looking for a spa treatment with a massage and facial. What they need is an integrated experience of wellness that they can it can be aligned with their wellness journey. And last but not least, what we call a wellness inflation. So with more choices coming up to the consumer world, consumers are really overwhelmed by the choices that they can make. And as such, they're becoming very value conscious. So they want more for the money that they're spending. So this is just the three big challenges that the industry is facing as we speak. Now, let's try to understand the fourth step on how to navigate through this booming wellness industry and how to win and retain clients. So you can consider this as your playbook. These are like very top-line strategies. So let's look into the first one. The first step for you to do is to refine your battleground and know your edge. Okay, so start by going beyond the direct competition. So you can think about going around 2 to 3 kilometer radius, identifying the alternative provider of wellness. This can be simply a high-end wellness or fitness club that they're offering recovery massages. So there is a high chance that if your client is not coming to you, they're going to them. So they are competing for the same budget from the client's pockets. The next one is how to win clients by elevating the wellness experience. And of course, is to create a unique value proposition, offer more meaningful experiences. But let's try to understand how to do that, right? In order to do that, again, you have to go beyond offering traditional services, start thinking about integrating more alternative wellness, holistic wellness, where being functional medicine, or maybe a meditation or a curated wellness experience. This way, you're providing consumer with a more holistic experience and enrich their experiences, okay? So think about providing a therapeutic massage with a guided meditation and the healing journey, energy healing journey. And the third one is keep clients coming back. So how to retain client and make sure they're coming back. With more choices and same budget, clients are looking for value-driven commitment rather than a one-off engagement. What we mean by that is that you have to be willing and ready to provide tiered experiences to your clients, like, for example, the loyalty program or wellness packages. A good example here would be a wellness passport through which that you can offer multiple therapies or treatments and leave it to the client to pick and choose what they need over time. This will give the clients the feeling that they're really getting more value for the money that they're spending with you. And meanwhile, it keeps them engaged to keep coming back. So provide opportunities for clients to keep saying yes in a very easy way. And last but not least, turn a one-time visitor into lifelong clients. So how do you work with the loyalty with the clients? So here, the buzzword, which everyone knows, is personalization, customization, right? But the big question that clients keep asking us is how to do that. We know it, but how to do it. And here, we would encourage everyone to start working with the data and insights that you currently have within your database. If you do not have, please make sure that you start gathering data on what are the treatments that consumer clients need and what is the pattern and the behavior that they're having. And through that, you can start offering a very customized and personalized experience. A good example here is that for a client that is keep booking a recovery massage, to start creating a tailored experience by adding a therapeutic or aromatic massage with a breathwork for him. And in this way, you will enrich his experience. So that's it. So this is only to build the context of the discussion, and we're going to get into very specific question with everyone. So the message here is to craft this story highlighting personalized journey and holistic therapies. So refine offering, transform into wellness destination. I think this is something that we continually keep reminding the clients or consumers that they want everything now. Okay, so they want an experience, multisensorial experience, and lead the way by embracing a strategic partnership. I think that this is a time to start really looking for bringing strategic partners and experts into your businesses. So this is for me, and I will leave the mic to the next person. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to this.
Thank you, Samira. Thank you so much. So I'd like to pick up on something that Samira said with regards to the database, which is an aspect of your business that we don't talk enough. So who works actively with their database inside their facilities? Can you put your hand up? Great. So half of the audience does not maybe focus enough on the database. It's always important to keep building your database and feeding the database with information about the client. It's not just your contact details. It's the little details that matter. Why did the client come? What kind of client this is? So that you can tailor your marketing communications afterwards. So let's move on with Jean-Guy, who has some exciting presentation for us. So Jean-Guy is the founder of the World Wellness Weekend, which is celebrated now by over 9,000 venues in 150 countries. If somebody knows how to create wow guest experiences, it's Jean-Guy. He has worked with some top brands like Shiseido, La Mer, Guerlain, and some well-known hotel groups like Accor and Four Seasons. So thank you so much for being with us today, and let's hear about attracting and retaining clients.
Thank you so much. Merci, Servan. I'm French. I'm very passionate, and I can make a long story really long, but I was given 7 minutes. So I'm going to flip through the slides quite quickly. If you want them, easy, give me your email or WhatsApp, and I'll send them to you if you're interested. What I'm going to show you is something that I shared in Davos in 2019 and 2020, because with the United Nations presenting to the world in 2015 the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and Samira, you ended with partnerships at the end, which is the 17th goal. I was super excited in 2015 to see how it was going to be implemented in hospitality, fitness, and wellness. It's now 23 years I've been in this profession, absolutely passionate, and I was happy that we could have something like a faith lift to show how we could reach out and be the second wave of responders if something happened. And in 2017, unfortunately, I didn't see any of the big hotel brands implementing Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which is good health and well-being for all. And not just for all who can pay, but also for the team and also for the local community. So in 2017, I embarked on creating World Wellness Weekend as something that I did on evenings and weekends and some holidays. My wife was wondering why I was spending so much time helping other people's wellness around the world, but we grew very rapidly from 2 countries, France and Belgium, to over 150. So very quickly, I'll flip through the slides. I'm preaching to the choir. You know how important wellness is. Well, when McKinsey is interviewing 5,000 people in the USA, UK, and China, 81% of them say, yeah, it's important. And actually, 42% say it's a priority for me in my budget. Of course, you can take photo of the slides or you can receive them if you give me your email. And so this is important, and they vote with their budget, especially investing in women's health, healthy aging, weight management, gut health, and sleep. If you look at the WHO, the World Health Organization, 60% of people taking any test about do you sleep well, 60% of them will say, no, I don't sleep enough. Yesterday, I was discussing with one of the sponsors, the Leader Healthcare. They're providing 24/7 services to 180 hotels in the area. And we were talking about sleep. And he said, do you know how many people have sleep apnea? And I read the statistics from the WHO that said around 1 billion, with a B, people in the world. We're 8 billion in this planet. 1 billion have sleep apnea, which means there's an obstruction. And therefore, with lack of oxygen every night, there's going to be cognitive dysfunction with Parkinson, the onset of Parkinson or Alzheimer. So we were discussing about this. Weight management. Do you know what is the #1 bestseller type of books in America? Okay, it's cooking books. Do you know what's the second best-selling type of books in America? It's diet. So with 30% in the world population being overweight currently, and 30% of the population in America already being almost obese with the onset of type 2 diabetes, and I know that in the Middle East there's something also that you're struggling with, this is something that is really, really important. And when MindBody, which is a platform with with 100,000 venues using it, professionals, with 2.5 million users across the US, they're saying about the same numbers, 80% and 50% important and priority. The 5 pillars of the World Wellness Weekend are the ones that you see in every hotel chain and the ones as we, wellness professionals, should definitely abide. Better sleep, and with this comes the creativity the next morning with the better choices you can do in life. When Bill Clinton was asked what were the worst decisions you made, he said every time they were made because of lack of sleep, and we know one of them. Sleep and creativity, nutrition and immunity, not just what you feed your body to be fit, but what you feed your body for your microbiome and also for your brain with brain food. Movement and vitality, not just exercising for the Olympics in Paris, that's done. Los Angeles, you still have time. It's vitality in your life, wanting to do things and being as active as you can for as long as you can. Mindfulness and serenity, because you can work up these muscles, and maybe I should work them up a little bit more, but you can also train your mind with mental strength and sense of purpose and solidarity. So these are the 5 pillars that we have, and basically we see them also with the pillars of Hilton and Accor, and these are the big topics. From 2 countries in 2017 to over 150 8 years later, these are the flags of the country. We call them not the United Colors of Benetton, for those of you who remember what Benetton's tagline was at the time, the United Colors of Wellness. You may not see the UAE flag yet, and you may not see Dubai as a city with the most number of venues. Punta Cana has 18, Dubai last September only 12. 6 more, 7 more, and you were in the top 10. So, and there are 2,867 cities where there is at least one activity. So, if you guys are interested, not just in Dubai, but also I know Muscat is here, Oman. So, there are things that can be done. No, I didn't Google you before you came, but I was just told you flew up from Muscat. So it's not just statistics, and people don't want to be statistics, people want to be connected and have social wellness. So this is what it looks like with the 9th edition of the World Wellness Weekend. So are you ready? World Wellness Weekend is back. Japan, Rwanda, the Kingdom of Bhutan, Santo Domingo, the most active city with 122 venues participating in a 10-kilometer radius and over 2,000 free activities in a matter of 3 days. Bali, helping an orphanage, an award-winning property. Sanctuary in Punta Cana. The Philippines, I don't know how they can hold this. Portugal, yoga retreat on Wellness Weekend. This is where it started. 66 associations and federations supporting. 18 languages, and one of them is Arabic. There's a geolocator. It really helps with search engine optimization. Thailand, Shangri-La. Any venue, any freelancer can sign up. I know we need to speak about Malta. If you want to be a champion, it's easy. If you want to be a hero, it takes a little bit, but it's also easy. Save the dates. There will be over 10,000 venues participating in 160 cities. Will you be part of the leaders standing out and rising up? So we have a wellness map, just a few slides, I won't be long. Wellmap.org is the well map, the wellness map, where you can sign up, sign in, sign up. That's it. You appear on a map. If you're a hero, you will appear top of line. If you're a champion, you will be in a golden square. It helps with search engine optimization. You can use that page that you will create in 5 minutes free to also announce your upcoming retreats, the full moon yoga. It's not just about announcing what you will do in September. So use it as a page. Search engines love pages that are updated regularly. We have hashtags, Wellness Weekend, Wellness for All, not Wellness for all who can pay, Wellness for All. The team also and the locals, Wellfluencer, because there are so many influencers showing their six-pack. I will not show you my six-pack because I have no six-pack. But we need more Wellfluencers, people of influence in the realm of wellness. To be a wellness champion, it's easy. Just pledge to do 3 fun, inclusive activities. 3 on one day, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, whatever you want, or 1 on each day to attract a different audience. Maybe 1 with vitality, 1 with serenity, and 1 maybe on the 21st, which is the International Day of Peace with meditation, or 1 on Saturday 20th, which will be World Cleanup Day, and you can go and do a cleanup in a local community. And then you get your Wellness Champion badge. Or you may want to be a wellness hero, and then you do 3 activities for your guests, 1 for your team, and 1 for local community. And we've had so many responses from GMs and spa associations and directors and owners sending 1 member of their team to a local school to empower young girls, to orphanages, to hospitals, to do a mindfulness class with doctors and nurses. The examples are endless, but also, you can tie in a free yoga class on a Sunday and a brunch. The class is free, you give it with 1 member of your team to host 20, 50 people, but then the brunch has a fee and people stay on. Or a fitness class, and then people have an access to the pool for the rest of the morning or the afternoon. So many things you can do. If you want to flash this QR code, it will lead you directly to the page where you have all of these documents, or you can go directly to wellmap.org, go to the menu, Kit 2025. It's in 5 languages, so it will be easy. So many tips, so many best practices internationally. We wouldn't be able to create this event if we didn't have the support of ambassadors, coordinators, and wellness leaders. And I'll go into this later because I think my 7 minutes are way over. But I did promise you a long story, and this one I hope is not too long. I would have never been able to spread the word without Ahim Siddiq, who is the ambassador for the whole country of the UAE, Ahim. And she's also the managing director of Alter Rabio, which is not yet on this stage, on this slide, because these are the sponsors from 2024. But I was super happy when Ahim said, I don't want to be just an ambassador, I also want to support, I want Altera to be there, so thank you for your support. It means a lot to us. And we also have Ruba Al-Ayed, who is the ambassador for the city of Dubai, and very soon we will be announcing an ambassador in Abu Dhabi and maybe one in Muscat, I don't know. So if any one of you is interested, maybe Malta, let's talk after. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
7 minutes and a half, I think.
It's okay, it was worth it. Thank you, Jean-Guy. So I would like to very quickly highlight on the benefits of events for your business. So events is a form of marketing, actually, that we often overlook. Events is a great way to, first of all, engage your staff. And without your staff being engaged and feeling rewarded, meaningful, they're not going to be able to sustain and support your business in the way that you build your client loyalty. So it's a great way, first of all, to engage your staff, to give back to your staff, to motivate them, to reward them. But also it's a great way to network with your clients, with your maybe past clients, potential clients. So event marketing is known to be one of the most successful forms of marketing where you get the most return on investment. So always consider events as a great way to also generate business and footfall for your facility.
And for your clients to become your brand ambassadors and bring their friends to your event.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you, Jean-Guy, and congrats. Next, we're going to hear from Poppy. And Poppy is an online business mentor. What she does is she helps businesses establish their brands, become industry leaders, and she helps them to create powerful online strategies. What I love about what Poppy does is she helps you to close the loop. So we're closing the loop between the marketing and the sales. So when we market, our ultimate intention is to sell, right? So without sales efforts, marketing is wasted and not optimized. So Poppy is here to teach you how to attract clients, which is how to market, but also how to convert those inquiries into clients and retain them. So thank you so much, Poppy.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here. So I am going to dive in straight into the marketing strategies that you can use today and for the foreseeable. So if you want to grab your phone, write some notes down, because I'm going to give you the step-by-steps now. So what I see happen, especially in the spa, wellness, clinical industry, is everybody's marketing is the same. Everybody uses stock images. Everybody uses the same language as one another. And it's almost like a copy from one another. So it's, how do you stand out? How do you make sure that your brand is on the map and that people can look online, spot you, and decide to come to you versus the person down the road? Now, the first thing that I want you to think about, is anyone here in complete control of the social media for the brand, the company, for yourself? Who here is in complete control of that? Awesome, amazing. So you can actually take these strategies today and start doing it today, right? So like I said, everybody starts merging into the same kind of thing. So right, let's start being creative. Let's start taking risks. But how do we do that? And one of the best ways that you can do this is diving deeper into the clients that you are looking to attract in and the clients that you currently have. So if there we go. Perfect. Okay, so first of all, what I want to concentrate on is attracting clients in. Now, I am a genius of bringing clients in from social media. So if you think about it, when somebody even thinks about you or recommends your brand, the first thing that they're going to go to is either social media or Google to Google your name, your brand name, your business name. So what are they going to find? And this is where you can really get creative in attracting clients in and speaking directly to those clients. Now, instead of mentioning and focusing on the technology that you're bringing in or the service that you've just brought on to your service menu, how about we go a bit deeper? So I want you to just think about, who is your ideal client right now? Who is the perfect client to walk into your spa, your clinic, your wellness industry, wellness business? Who is that dream client to come in and stay with you for years on end? I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about, what are they coming to the clinic for? So it might be someone who has a skin condition, or they've got a joint problem, whatever it may be. Now, I want you to really think about that particular problem instead of the product that you're actually selling right now. Dive into the pain of what they are currently experiencing. So if you think about this dream client, this ideal client, what have they try to do to find a solution to their current problem. If they have joint pain, what have they tried already? What pain are they in? How many years on end have they spent trying to figure out a solution or find the right solution for them? How much money have they spent on the wrong things? I want you to dive real deep into what the pain of that problem is. And I want you to figure out what's the story there. Because in the marketing industry, we tend to just be like, we've got this service, we've got this technology, come and try it out. No. How about we go completely opposite, dive into the client in terms of their story and the pain that they've experienced over time and create it in more of a case study or a documentary style. Now, I promise you now, if you focus your marketing more on the client or the pain that they are currently experiencing and the story behind their problem, they are going to buy into your business, your services, way more than just focusing on the end result, right? Because they are so engrossed in the story behind the reason why they found this particular solution. They are more likely to trust you if you know the core reasons why your service or your technology works. How do you know it works? How can you showcase that? So what we want to do is think about the client, think about the story behind the client and focus your energy on the story behind that and almost create a storyboard of that. And then the solution is always going to be you, your services, and what you have to offer, right? But what I want you to think about is the story here. And then it's about documenting that and showcasing that in a more creative way than nobody else is doing out there right now. Now, this is where long-form content is coming through, so YouTube, longer reels, TikToks, all of those kind of things. You can showcase this process through creative strategies of the client story, and then at the end present them with the solution to that. And your solution is giving them a call to action, whether it be book in, whether it be come in and have a conversation, consultation. So you're giving them this backstory. They're so engrossed in the story and it's almost like they're on this journey. It's 100% more relatable than just being like, try my product. they're in there and it's almost like you're creating a journey within your marketing, and that way you're going to attract new people who can easily identify, I have the same problem. It's like they're speaking to me. I've been through all the things that they've just showcased on the marketing documentary. Like I have been there. I've been through exact pain, so I know that I'm going to be able to trust the solution to this problem. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is think about the story. Next, we want to think about, okay, so now we've got these clients. How are we going to retain them? How are we going to keep them to stay for years on end? Now, when we think about retaining clients, it's actually not about the product or the service, and people raise their eyebrows at that, but what actually keeps people inside the business is the people involved. It's the people who are serving you. It's the team within the business is what makes a client stay for years on end. It's, if you're offering the same service and same technology, same techniques as someone down the road, what is going to make you different? It's going to be your team. It's going to be the people involved performing that treatment or service. So how can we do this? Now, I love to do this in creative strategies. One of the biggest trends right now, or what's really working in the marketing space, is actually bringing teams into the marketing. We often see, stock images, stock videos. Who can relate to those? Nobody, because it's not real life. It's staged. It's all glamorized. It's all perfect. Who are people going to be able to connect with the most is the team involved. So how can you bring your team into your marketing so that it retains clients and they feel, even when a client has already been and then they spot you on social media and they see their therapist, they see the person performing the treatment, they're like, oh my God, like she's the person who does my treatment, and they instantly feel more connected and bought into the story, bought into the brand on a whole different level. So how can we do that? Some of the biggest companies in the world, if you're thinking, well, how does involving my team still equate to luxury and all of this kind of stuff? some of the biggest designers in the world right now are incorporating their team and the people involved in the office in their storyboard of their marketing. It works. It's working right now. And if you're not doing that, you're going to be left behind. It's about standing out. And the reason why bringing your team involved into your socials is a connection piece. You're building rapport, especially with clients coming back, because they're going to be sharing that social media piece to their friends, like, oh, this is my therapist, this is the person who treats me, like, they're incredible. And they can connect with that even before stepping into your business, right? So it's the ultimate trust. How about we scrap all the perfection online and things like that and actually start providing realistic, relatable content to attract and retain clients. So yeah, I want you to have a think about how you can integrate that into your marketing, and I promise you, you are going to stand out. It's going to be the reason why somebody comes to you and recognizes you from a mile away. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you.
This is very, very inspiring, and I think, yes, the key word here is to be authentic. I think gone are the days of trying to paint a dream on your social media about a window of your business with Shutterstock images. I think if you have a Shutterstock account, you can delete it now, and you might as well just take pictures of your staff, of your team. Because what we know is that people buy from people. They don't really buy products or services from a business. So if a client keeps coming back, it's most likely thanks to that therapist, thanks to that receptionist, thanks to the people behind your business, at the front of your business, that give that special experience. So you've really got to engage those people, stop hiding behind fake stories or fake images, bring the real human element into your business. So that's a great message. I would take one example for this. I work more with clinics in the aesthetic sector. So in the field of aesthetic medicine in the UAE, a few years ago, doctors were forbidden most of the time by the clinics to actually appear on the social media. Why? Because the clinics were scared that when the clients, the patients on the Instagram would see the doctors, they would become very loyal to the doctor, and if the doctor left, the patients would leave to the next clinic. So the clinics used to say, no, we're never going to advertise you on our social media, we're just going to advertise the services. Doctors used to get frustrated. Now, 3, 4, 5 years later, it's completely changed. If a doctor doesn't have an Instagram page where he's talking himself in front of the camera or herself about, this is what I offer, this is how I can help you, the doctor does not stand a chance to have a job in that clinic. So think about it for your spa, for your wellness business. You really have to feature at the forefront everyone that provides the services. So on this note...
Servan, just a quick word. Who has heard of a massage therapist called Cadec? I was introduced to Cadec yesterday when I walked into the Intercontinental by the different booths on the ground floor. There's an LED screen that is promoting services at the spa. And there is a photo of a male therapist called Cadec. And they tell you all about his specialities. They are doing exactly what you mentioned. They are bringing a member of the team. True, Cadec maybe could leave, but then it will be someone else. And while Cadec is here, he is the star, and you may want to have a massage with him. That's supporting what you just said, and what you said with doctors.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'd like to move over to Mr. Nihal, who's with us today. Thank you so much. Nihal is leading marketing initiatives with Leader Healthcare, which is a company specializing in offering wellness solutions, aesthetic and dermatology solutions to spas and to clinics here in the UAE and in the region. So Nihal is specialized in providing experiences, and patient retention, brand awareness for the clients and facilities that he manages. And I would love today to hear a little bit from Nihal in terms of his advice for your facility to attract the right clientele and how to build long-term engagement, especially in a competitive industry.
Thank you, Sarwin. First of all, can we have a huge round of applause for the presentation? I really loved it. And secondly,
Well
I'm
done,
not
guys.
most of a presentation guy, so I'm more one-on-one. So I don't have any presentation fancy as such. Anyway, back to the question. What I've been doing with my clients specifically is I always advise them one thing, that you don't have to market to everyone. You have to market to the right one, and that's when the whole ball game is about. And just to break it into three different advices, I would say you have to find your wow factor and own it. They supposedly, because spa industry as such, or the wellness, it's overcrowded. Every now and then you see a new spa opening. I mean, especially me being in the industry, I see every other day, every other week, new spa opening, new wellness center. Now how are you going to identify yourself and have your own brand identity as such, right? You don't want to sound like any other that's down the road already existing. So are you go to like say non-invasive skin fixes? Are you the one who patient comes for the stress relief treatment? Whatever it is, you have to lean into it and you have to own it. All right. Then secondly, I would say make your client feel like a VIP always, not just once. Every time they walk in, they have to feel like a VIP. And gone are the time that people used to make the follow-ups or even the loyalty programs sound like another sales gimmicky tactic or something. So instead of just dialing them up and understanding, hey, are you ready for your next facial treatment? How about you sound it like, hey Sarah, based on your last treatment, how about I derive an exclusive treatment for you, just for you, and the curated exclusive treatment just for you. That's when they will be more driven towards having the personalized care and having the long-term relationship with your facility. Then last but not the least, I would also say get on the socials, not just for the likes, but 100% making them feel like your presence on the digital landscape, right? So everything starting from UGC, real client results, patient testimonials, these are the goal elements, and that has to be consistent, not just a one-time ball game, but like consistently one after the other. And that's when you cover the comprehensively three-step process is what I feel.
Thank you. I love the advice. Don't market to everyone, but market to an individual person. Think of one client that is your regular client, your ideal client, as Poppy said, and how would you market to them if you wanted to retain their attention? Next, I'd like...
Yeah. May I add something? I think that's what you said is really important. Actually, the market study that we did towards last year showed us that 73% of the clients would want personalized wellness solutions. So 73% is a huge number. So I think, as you rightly said, this is something that we all need to start leaning towards: personification and customized experiences for clients.
Servan, a very quick example. If you go to Nikki Beach, you may still see, because the last time I was there, there was a sign on the reception desk that said, "Only tell your best friends."
I love that. Absolutely. That's a great one. So, Mohammed again, Nihal, so as a supplier of these products for the facilities, can you share with us how can spas and wellness facilities benefit from marketing support provided by their suppliers? I see that sometimes this is under-leveraged, and the companies, the distributors nowadays, they've understood that the best way to support their client is actually with marketing. It's not always actually with more products or more things to sell, but I see when it comes to maybe buying into a brand, if you're not working with this brand before, the clients usually will ask, how will you support me in marketing this brand and introducing it into my business and to my clients? So these players such as Leader Healthcare, they're really here to support you with marketing initiative as well. So if you haven't leveraged this, Nihal is going to tell us how you can utilize it.
Great. So the God's honest truth is, being a supplier, you shouldn't be just moving boxes, to be honest. You are the one who should be the secret weapon, marketing weapon for your clients. And how you do that is, I just feel it's like it goes into 3 points. Say, for example, you should be 100% invested, being a supplier, to drive engagement to your clients' clinics, spas, or whatnot. And how you do it, we specializes in providing the high turnaround for the high content video or high converting video, and also pro insider tips. So, for example, more often than not, the spa or the clinic that newly opened might not be 100% available. What's working in the next 5 kilometer radius or 10 kilometer of radius, you should be giving them the tips on, because you know the clientele, right? So you know the rest of your audience as well. So you should be giving the team the tips on how to position their services better. Okay. Now, secondly, we also help in having the marketing support comprehensively 360-degree solution as such. Okay, you're thinking of starting something, a brand new campaign from the scratch, you don't have to worry about it. We are there to help you with every content, social media one, email campaigns, your lead generation, whatnot, etc., etc. And that's more or less for your, outside representation of your polished and professional version. Rather than you focus on the business, we will take care of the marketing part for you. Now, third, I also feel that it has to be, let's say, if you are thinking of an influencer activation, as you rightly mentioned, event marketing is one of the highest ROI that we feel in this industry. And if you're thinking of a influencer activation or pop-up or any kind of event marketing, we are there to support you 100%. And that's when we believe, one-on-one interaction in handling your clients with our intervention is what gonna drive you initial, at least, the footfall to your clinic, to your facility, and your spas.
Thank you, Nihal. So let's move on to some questions that we often get coming to us from businesses like you when it comes to marketing. So one of the questions that I always get is generic, but we need to provide more specific answers to our businesses, is which approaches actually work when the market is very saturated. So the saturation is a concern for most of the facilities that we work with. So how do we adapt and focus our marketing in these conditions? Maybe we can hear from Samira on the topic.
Yes, sure. I think most of the colleagues touched upon this space, but what I would reemphasize is start strategies as a niche marketing. So start to identify your niche market, and rather than trying to, work with everyone, work with your niche market. Second is about the content marketing. I think the word that we keep using more and more for the industry is doing a content marketing. Create content that resonates with the clients, and lifestyle content marketing is something that we see more and more gaining traction in the industry. And third, and the most important one, is customized, personalized. Start leveraging the data and the insights that you have internally. And please start using experts to help you do that. If you don't know still how to do it, we would highly recommend to use expert to help you with that. And the last one is, please, the copy-paste time has long gone. People need to be, unique in the way they're treated. They want you to understand as an industry how they feel, what they need, and what is their lifestyle. So start thinking about them as, a holistic client, a holistic consumer with the same budget that they have. So most probably today, the wellness budget for the clients here in the UAE has not changed. We have to be very mindful about that. And since their wellness budget remains the same, they become very value conscious and discerning consumers. These are the terms that we use a lot. Discerning consumer, wanting more for their money, overwhelmed with the choices. So you have to give them a good reason for them to come back to you.
Thank you, Samira. Jean-Guy, any thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I'd like to expand on what Samira just said, with sometimes treatment menus that are books. I've gone to retreats, I've gone to centers where they have 30 pages, 40 pages. It's a book, and you have so many options and so many brands. In a very competitive market like Dubai or Paris or London or New York, be bold. Do not be a market taker, be a market maker. Have a brainstorming session with your team. Ask what the talents of your team are and create something unique that will be, hopefully, the talk of the town. Then you go to Poppy and you make sure that the talk of the town is heard. But make sure you have something so fantastic that it doesn't matter if you are on the top of the Burj Khalifa and you have a fantastic view of Dubai. Because the real estate you have, as far as your clients is concerned, is about 2 square meters. That's about the space where they are lying on the table, either face down or face up. You may have millions of dirhams in design and architecture. The table you have and the experience they're going to have on 2 square meters will define the next 60 minutes or 90 minutes of their lives. If you add traffic to come to your place and then leave your place, then it could be half a day. So one example, when you said that clients sometimes are overwhelmed with choices. In Paris, very saturated market, Champs-Élysées, I was asked to consult with one of our clients, Guerlain, you mentioned them, and on the top of the Champs-Élysées, prime real estate, when we saw the treatment menu, and I'm going to be very short about this, we said, you have too many pages. You should be simply asking 4 questions. Maybe 3, but let's go for 4. Hi, how do you feel today? And then someone tells you, I'm tired or I'm jet lagged. How do you feel today? How would you like to feel when you leave the Guerlain Spa? You know, I would like to be re-energized. I would like to be, my tensions to be melted. So I have a starting point and I have an ending point. How long do you have today to take care of yourself? It could be 60 minutes, it could be 90 minutes, it could be half a day, it could be the whole day. And sometimes clients, regular clients, went to the Guerlain Spa and had lunch there with their friends and they stayed the whole day. This is something that could happen to you too. Last question. I could end with 3 questions, but the last one, where would you like me to focus on? And it can be the face, it can be the shoulders, it can be the legs, and then you tailor. With this, you have all the tools to create a unique, not signature massage, but an autograph experience, because basically you tell me how you feel, how you would like to end this session, you gave me the timeline and where to focus. Let's rock and roll. We didn't say rock and roll with Guerlain, we used another terminology, but that's basically the gist of it. Be bold and be a market maker.
Thank you. And there's a saying that I love, which is that people will always forget what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So the emotions in marketing or in business are extremely important, and I think this has been forgotten along the way, where we've just been focusing on service list, brands, products, facility, the way the facility looks. But actually I find that in today's saturated market, this no longer matters that much as a priority. People are coming to feel better. We know that, yes, wellness is a priority. People are coming to your facilities in need of recharge more than ever. So how are you going to provide that experience with your emotions and the way you make them feel is extremely important.
Servan, sorry, just before we finish, because it's really something very important, I would like everyone to start thinking about curation. Please start, if you don't know the word, please look it up and try to understand what does it mean to curate a wellness experience rather than providing a wellness experience. And please start working with industry experts that they know how to curate an experience rather than just providing services and offers, because at the end of the day, if you want to ensure that you're enhancing consumer experience, you need to know how to curate that experience for them so that it's, joyful and it's long lasting. And back to her point, is leaving them with feeling good.
Thank you. I would like to take another example just very quickly on this. I will take the example of hydrofacial, if you don't mind, which we know is such a popular treatment, right? Thankfully. But I see there are some issues in facilities that they are telling me all the inquiries we are getting, we are losing them because they are just going to the clinic next door, which is offering hydrofacial for argument's sake, 400 dirham. and we charge 700 dirham for it. So what is the issue with this, in my opinion, is that, again, they are just marketing hydrofacial. Hydrofacial should be marketed, but you need to curate something unique about your facial experience, because if you are not marketing it in a unique way that is signature of your facility, why should the client come to your facility? Then all you have left to do is to compete on price, because you're just offering a service. So then, of course, the client is going to call around 3 clinics, 4 clinics, and they're going to check which one is the cheapest. So price will be the determining point, and then probably experience. How are they spoken to on the phone, on the WhatsApp message? So these are going to be the small details that make a huge difference.
Servan,
Sorry, go on.
very, very quick example. If you are all about the guest journey, and if you want to include emotions in the guest journey, why not creating an emotional journey and helping people even navigate their own emotions? Because we can be overwhelmed. COVID is behind us, but the aftermath of COVID is still present, and people can be feeling depleted of energy physically, mentally, emotionally. So where are they on their emotional journey? And if I have just one quick example, Altera, and they're just outside. If you want to choose a journey of colors, perfumes, and emotions, I suggest you go there. You can hydrate yourself, you can eat, or you can be exposed to colors and perfumes and go on an emotional journey. They're right there.
Thank you, Jean-Guy. Okay, unfortunately, I think we have only 5 minutes left. So I would like to talk a little bit more about the difference between attracting the clients and retaining the clients. So we know that it can cost up to 5 times more for a business to attract a client. The cost of bringing somebody new to your facility is extremely expensive. And if you're not then focusing your efforts on retaining that client, you're constantly throwing money down the drain. So I think Poppy is the expert in this.
I think it's important for both. If you've got white space in your booking system right now, then focus on attracting, right? But equally, it's going to be as important to retain the clients, because those clients who decide to stay with you is because of the emotional attachment to the brand, the experience, the people inside the business, and that's what people are longing for. They want the connection, they want to feel a part of something, they want to feel like they belong. Why not be a part of your brand, right? So it's a case of like, dependent on what's your focus. Is it that you just want new faces, new people coming into the business, or do you want to keep your focus and attention on the experience and mastering the experience? So not only will you attract clients in your area, but worldwide if you're in expansion, right? So I think it's important for both. It depends on where your business is at in terms of growth and what you want the business to do. But I think equally they're as important to one another.
Nihal, any particular suggestions?
Yeah, just to summarize on that part, I look at it in 2 different aspects. Like, of course, both are important, but then retention is equal to relationships. You should always make sure that your clients get the experience where they cannot find anywhere else. Okay. Then the second part is your acquisition is equal to storytelling. You have to tell them what you have got to offer, right? So whenever a service or a need comes there in mind, your name should be popping up that this is what I need, correct? So that your new approach, new tactics, or the unique way of getting them, that's when the retention. And smarter way to manage both of this is to have the member perks and the loyalty programs to maintain the existing one while getting the new fresh content and the new approaches to pull the new ones, is what I feel, to balance the both, to be honest.
Thank you. So we have 3 more questions. We'll try and wrap up quickly so we can answer your questions as well at the end. So let's talk a little bit more about the team, because when we talk about marketing, about business growth, as we know, it's going to be the people behind your business that are going to make the difference. So what's the role of your team inside your facility to optimize the marketing efforts that you are carrying out outside of your facility? Jean-Guy?
I'll just give you one example from yesterday. I'm staying at the Holiday Inn. I'm just giving the name of the hotel. I'm not giving the number of my room. I was having breakfast yesterday, and I was almost finished and ready to go. And a lady a waitress, comes to me. She's wearing a mask, and she's saying, "Sir, can you tell me how you would grade the breakfast you've had?" And I was not really I was taken aback. It's regular. It wasn't really impressive. I had a 7 in my mind, and then she sees I'm not super sure, so she said, "Would that be an 11?" And I said, "I'm not sure, an 11, maybe more a 7." And then she steps for a second and says, "What can I do now to make it a 10 for you before you leave?" Okay, I'm interested. And we have a conversation, and I'm thinking a few things, and she suggests an egg Benedict with salmon and avocado. Okay, I'm interested. I don't know if she's a mind reader, but this is something I really like. Maybe I should have less of them, but it's something I really like. And she says, "If you come back tomorrow, I will personally serve you, and I will make sure you have a fantastic breakfast." The breakfast was today. I was early, a little late for my meeting after that, but I was there. I had the most amazing egg Benedict. She came back, and I said, "You know what, Anna Rose?" I remember the first name. It was a 10 for me today. And she said, "Well, thank you very much. Now, please tell me about your room. Is there anything you would like to tell me about your room so that we can also include..." Wow, so again, I could make a long story out of that, but is your waitress all of a sudden just taking an order, bringing dishes, or is she the most vivid representation of what the marketing director or communication director could be in that room right now? She totally embodied it. She was ready to take the service to the next level, and also to talk about another department, transversal communication between the different departments. I'm not talking about a spa, but this is an example that we could have with a therapist, with a receptionist, with a fitness instructor. Do they know each other's role? Have they taken a little workshop where they trade their lives for a day? Join me as you're a fitness instructor. Come with me in the fitness room. I'll come in the treatment room or in the spa, or I'll join you one day so that I can understand what your life is and you get what my life is.
Thank
this
you.
is something, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I love this. Think about the power of this question. It's traveled all the way from Holiday Inn to here today, and we're having someone like Jean-Guy, who is an authority in the field, like bring up this particular experience, which means that it was very powerful for him as well, right? So well done to that lady that took the initiative, and you should always incentivize your staff, encourage them to do that, because unfortunately, the management and the marketing, we're sitting in the back end usually, right? So we are not the ones that really have the day-to-day ongoing feedback of the clients and that chance to build that human connection. So thank you. Okay, so I think if we have time for just one quick question about pricing and discount wars, because I know this is very popular. If we don't have time, we can just do a quick Q&A session. What is Tayana saying? Yeah? Okay, so how can we stand strong against pricing and discount wars? So I have mentioned the importance to have signature services, unique experiences, customized, curating. What else can we say, experts on this topic, please?
I think what is important is when you start a pricing war, the way we talk about it, it's important to understand you can never win a war by keep reducing your prices. You end up devaluating your brand if you keep doing so. So what you need to do in this scenario is, rather than devaluating your brand, start looking into what are the ways to create more value for your brand. What are the ways that you can really identify your brand or services differently, as an example that Serwan just made on the hydrofacial. If you're only selling hydrofacial, people will start looking into comparing prices, and trust me, they will find another spa or a clinic that would offer that at a discounted with a lower quality. But unless you have a very unique value proposition, a good brand story, and a USP of why should I pay $700 for a hydrofacial, you will never get me into your venue. And so I think in this case, the discount doesn't gonna take you anywhere. So do try to create value for your brands.
Thank you, Samira.
Just to add on that, I feel like you should always focus on, as you rightly mentioned, that the overall, the worth of paying it, right? The experience of paying it. So, for example, setting the right, messaging tone to not to win against, you don't need to get in the battle of the discount war at all, because you have already lost it if you're playing with the prices, right? So always play with the worth of it, worth of paying it. Then don't bundle it. I mean, don't offer the discount. Instead, you have to bundle it such a way that they feel that this is only for you, right? And to know more of such curation, I think our official booth, which is us, is just right in G6. So come and experience, and we'll take you more through it, to be honest. All right?
Thank you. And remember that free is not attractive, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why your marketing is not working when you're offering a free something, it's because free equals no value. Like, we know very clearly that, take an example, you're walking around to buy a mall, a peanut shop is offering you free peanuts outside the shop, you don't want them.
Because it's
Simple.
peanuts.
Thank you so much. So if we have any burning questions, and if we have 2 minutes, we can answer them. If not, we're more than happy to talk to you one-to-one as well after this panel. Wow, looks like we covered everything. If there's no questions, yes, we do. Thank you.
There is one question. Let it wrap it up, because we have 4 ladies in the back waiting.
Sorry for this.
Thank you guys
lady.
for the time. I have a question about the general sentiment of having a USP, having like marketing that stands out, trying to not like move away from commoditizing your service. I think all that makes sense. Very tactically, do you have any clinics or any brands or any Instagram pages that you have that you can point to that can tactically demonstrate how a clinic is actually doing this? Because obviously, like the generalizations, I understand, but tactically, how are they bringing this to life? Do you have any clinics or any spas that you can point us to?
Most of my clients are more small and medium-sized businesses. They are killing it in the space, because I feel like with the bigger corporations and bigger spas and bigger clinics, they have so many people that they have to go through to sign it off. So I feel like if you have more control over this, it's like you have so much more flexibility, creativity to do that. I'm happy to show you after this talk for sure. But yeah, I think like if you hone it down into more of the smaller creative space, they are killing it, and they're going miles in terms of business growth because of that. So
I can give you an example also later. I will not promote anyone, but there are a few examples we can share with you. They're really, really good.
I think, I also have like a couple of names of clients that come to my mind, but I think the most outstanding one, I think that they managed to stand out within the clutter category, are the ones who started tapping into the lifestyle and creating and adding value to clients' lifestyle. So this clinic was no more selling a Botox or like a laser, but they were selling lifestyle, and all their content marketing was around creating a more valuable, better lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they used that all along for their communication, and they managed to stand out quite well in Dubai markets.
And I think it's really not about detaching yourself, your social media page from your product and service list, and really starting to give like lifestyle 360 advice to your followers and your audience. So again, if you're in the field of Botox and fillers and lasers, it's about first of all putting the practitioners, the doctors at the forefront to give the advice. Video format works much better, as we know, than post. So really challenging and encouraging doctors to be engaging, to have strong hooks on their videos, but to share all kind of advice, and to talk about even what's their favorite eye patches or skincare cream that they put in the evening. So you have to give value and personal advice, and you have to share everything with your audience, not just what you're selling.
Yeah, and to just wrap this session, I think we're going through really exciting times in the wellness industry. What I mean is that if you look into any other industries around the world, like the milk and the cheese and the perfume, they went through this market saturation years back. Okay, what we are experiencing today, if you look at these guys or carbonated drinks, they went through this war zone years back. So I think one thing that is important is for the industry to start looking into cross-category expertise. Rather than doing everything yourself and try to build up something, try to get experts from other categories that they have been there and they know how to do advanced marketing, advanced strategy. Because this is the new world for wellness, with market becoming saturated. And to give you an example, maybe take a look at Red Bull Instagram page and look what it means to do content marketing. You don't see anywhere in their page a can of Red Bull or any mention of the Red Bull as a brand. They are 100% content, emotional marketing driven, and this they have started doing around 15 years ago, and they disrupt the category into a very, very interesting way. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I'd like to conclude by saying thank you. Thank to you, Tayana, because you've been working on the program for 4 months to curate really the topics that were the burning points, the pain points that you were mentioning. Thank you, Servan, for making sure that all of our stories would fit somehow into the time slot that we had. I think we're over, but it's really cool. I'm really enjoying myself. And thank you, Mert. I think your first name is Mert, because I have the feeling that with this conference, and I don't know all of your first names, but Mert, since yesterday, has been asking questions, and I have to say smart questions. And sometimes the answers don't come from the people who know, but from framing the right questions that you can ask yourselves, your team, people around you. And I think you should be communicating more and exchanging business cards among yourselves, because you are the future of our industry. Okay? So network, make sure if you have questions, you ask each other. And if you find us at the Delegates Lounge, ask us. Thank you, Tayana.